Picture this, a 65-year-old man, after decades of crunching numbers in a corporate office, steps into a small, sunlit kitchen. The smell of freshly baked bread fills the air. He's no longer a suit and tie executive. Now he's an artisan baker, crafting loaves that bring smiles to his small town. This is not a far-off dream or a scene from a movie. This is John's life, a retiree who turned his passion into a second career and found a sense of purpose he never knew he was missing. John's story is just one of many. Across the world, more and more retirees are stepping into new chapters of their lives, not to slow down but to reinvent themselves. They're discovering that retirement isn't the end of the road, it's the beginning of a new journey filled with possibilities. Whether it's chasing a long-held dream, starting a business, or diving into a hobby that brings joy, these individuals are proving that age is just a number when it comes to finding fulfillment. Now imagine yourself in their shoes. What would you do if you had the freedom to pursue anything? What passion would you turn into a career? This video is here to inspire you with 15 incredible stories of retirees who did just that. From corporate executives becoming artists to teachers transforming into travel bloggers, these stories will show you that it's never too late to start something new. So stay with us as we explore these tales of reinvention, purpose, and the growing trend of retirees finding second careers. By the end of this video, you might just find the spark to ignite your own next chapter. Let's dive in. Now, let's take a closer look at John's journey from executive to artisan baker. After retiring from a corporate career that spanned over 30 years, John found himself yearning for something more fulfilling. He had always loved baking as a hobby, but it wasn't until he stepped away from the boardroom that he truly embraced it as a calling. Starting small, he began experimenting with recipes in his own kitchen, perfecting the art of sourdough and discovering the joy of creating something tangible with his own hand. As word spread about his delicious bread, John's hobby quickly turned into a thriving small business. He opened a cozy bakery in his hometown, where the aroma of freshly baked goods became a daily delight for the community. But the road wasn't always smooth. John faced challenges like learning the intricacies of running a business, managing inventory, and even dealing with the occasional baking mishap. Yet he approached each hurdle with the same determination that had driven his corporate success. One of John's signature recipes, a rustic rosemary sourdough, became a local favorite. Customers would line up early just to get their hands on a loaf. For John, the real reward wasn't just the business's success but the connections he made. His bakery became a gathering place where neighbors shared stories over coffee and pastries. John's story is a testament to how a passion, no matter how simple, can blossom into a second career filled with purpose and joy. His journey shows that retirement isn't about slowing down. It's about stepping into a new chapter with enthusiasm and heart. And with that, let's move on to another inspiring story of reinvention. Next, we meet Sarah, a retired teacher who transformed her lifelong love for travel into a thriving blogging career. After decades in the classroom, Sarah decided it was time to explore the world beyond textbooks and lesson plans. She had always dreamed of traveling full-time, but it wasn't until her retirement that she took the leap. Armed with a camera, a notebook, and an insatiable curiosity, she set out to turn her passion into a second act. Sarah started her travel blog as a way to document her adventures and share practical tips with others. At first, it was just a hobby, but she quickly realized there was a growing audience eager for her insights. She taught herself the basics of digital marketing, from search engine optimization to social media strategies, and gradually built a following. Her posts weren't just about destinations. They were about the stories behind the places, the people she met, and the lessons she learned along the way. One of her most memorable trips was to a remote village in Nepal, where she spent 2 weeks volunteering at a local school. The experience reminded her of her teaching days, but it also opened her eyes to a completely different way of life. Her blog post about the trip went viral, attracting thousands of readers and sparking conversations about responsible tourism. Sarah's journey wasn't without its challenges. She had to navigate the complexities of running a blog as a business, from managing sponsorships to dealing with the occasional technical glitch. But she approached each hurdle with the same patience and perseverance that had made her a beloved teacher. For aspiring bloggers, Sarah's advice is simple: start with what you love. Whether it's travel, food, or fashion, authenticity is key. She also emphasizes the importance of consistency and adaptability, reminding her readers that success doesn't happen overnight. Sarah's story is a beautiful reminder that retirement can be the perfect time to pursue a dream. Her blog has not only become a source of income, but also a platform for inspiring others to explore the world with open hearts and curious minds. And with that, let's move on to another remarkable story of reinvention. Now, let's shift our focus to someone who traded blueprints for bean sprouts. Meet Michael, a retired engineer who swapped his desk job for a life on the land as an organic farmer. After years spent designing complex systems and solving technical problems, Michael found himself yearning for something more hands-on and connected to nature. Retirement gave him the chance to finally pursue a dream he'd quietly nurtured for decades. Michael's decision to start an organic farm wasn't just a career change, it was a lifestyle overhaul. He was inspired by a growing concern for the environment and a desire to contribute to healthier, more sustainable food systems. With no prior farming experience, he dove headfirst into learning the ropes, attending workshops, reading extensively, and even apprenticing on a nearby farm. His engineering background proved surprisingly useful, helping him approach farming with a problem-solving mindset and a knack for optimizing processes. Starting from scratch wasn't easy. Michael had to navigate the challenges of securing land, sourcing organic seeds, and managing unpredictable weather. There were days when crops failed, equipment broke down, and the sheer physical demands of farming left him exhausted. But he persisted, driven by a passion for producing food that was both nutritious and environmentally friendly. One of the most rewarding aspects of Michael's new career has been the impact on his health and well-being. Spending his days outdoors, working with his hands, and eating the fresh produce he grows has brought a sense of vitality he hadn't felt in years. He's also built a strong connection with his local community, selling his organic vegetables at farmers' markets and even hosting workshops to teach others about sustainable farming. For Michael, the rewards of farming go far beyond the harvest. It's about knowing that his work is making a positive difference for the planet, for his community, and for himself. His story is a powerful reminder that retirement can be a time to embrace new passions and create a legacy that matters. And with that, let's turn to another inspiring tale of reinvention. Now let's meet someone who traded spreadsheets for inspiration. Linda, a retired accountant, discovered a new purpose in life coaching after years of balancing the books. For decades, Linda had thrived in the structured world of numbers, but deep down, she felt a growing desire to make a more personal impact on people's lives. Retirement became her opportunity to explore that calling. Linda's journey to becoming a life coach began with a leap of faith. She enrolled in a coaching certification program, eager to learn the skills she'd need to guide others. The training was intense. She had to master communication techniques, psychology basics, and strategies for helping clients set and achieve meaningful goals. Her background in accounting gave her a unique edge, teaching her to approach coaching with precision and a focus on measurable results. Starting her coaching business was no walk in the park. Linda faced the challenge of building a client base from scratch, navigating the world of marketing, and establishing herself as a trusted professional. There were moments of self-doubt and setbacks, but she remained committed to her vision. Over time, word of her expertise spread, and clients began to seek her out for her practical, results-driven approach. One of Linda's most rewarding experiences involved helping a client named Sarah, who had struggled with career dissatisfaction for years. Through their sessions, Sarah discovered her passion for entrepreneurship and eventually launched her own business. Stories like these have become the heart of Linda's work, reminding her daily of the profound impact she can have on others' lives. For Linda, life coaching isn't just a second career, it's a way to create lasting change. She's found fulfillment in guiding others toward their dreams, proving that retirement can be a time to reinvent yourself and make a difference in the world. And with that, let's explore another remarkable story of transformation. Now, let's turn the page to a story that shows how a lifetime of caring for others can inspire a new chapter of creativity. After decades of working as a dedicated nurse, Margaret decided it was time to pursue a dream she had cherished for years, becoming a novelist. Margaret's career in nursing had exposed her to countless human stories, each filled with emotion, struggle, and resilience. These experiences became the foundation of her writing. When she retired, she finally had the time to sit down and bring her ideas to life. Her first step was to develop a daily writing routine, dedicating mornings to crafting her stories. She often said that her nursing background gave her a unique perspective, allowing her to create characters that felt real and relatable. The themes of her books often revolved around hope, healing, and the complexities of human relationships. Drawing from her time in hospitals, she wove authentic medical details into her plots, adding depth and realism to her narratives. Her first novel, inspired by her own experiences, focused on a nurse who uncovers a life-changing secret while caring for a patient. However, the path to becoming a published author wasn't without its challenges. Margaret chose to self-publish her work, which meant learning the intricacies of the publishing industry on her own. From formatting the manuscript to designing the cover and marketing the book, it was a steep learning curve. There were moments of frustration, especially when faced with the competitive nature of the literary world. But the rewards far outweighed the struggles. Margaret's biggest joy came from connecting with readers who found solace and inspiration in her stories. One reader wrote to her saying her book had helped them through a difficult time, and that feedback became a driving force for Margaret to keep writing. Today, Margaret has published multiple novels and continues to write, proving that retirement can be the perfect time to pursue a lifelong passion. Her journey reminds us that the skills and experiences we gather in one career can beautifully shape the next. And with that, let's step into another story of transformation and discovery. Now we shift our focus to a story that proves passion can lead to a profound purpose, even after a long and successful career. Meet Susan, a retired lawyer who traded courtrooms for kennels when she opened her own dog rescue. After years spent in the legal profession, Susan knew she wanted to dedicate her retirement to something that truly mattered to her. Her lifelong love for animals, especially dogs, inspired her to take a leap of faith. She founded a non-profit rescue organization, turning her home into a haven for abandoned and mistreated dogs. The work was deeply rewarding but came with its own set of challenges. Susan quickly learned that running a non-profit required more than just compassion. She had to handle fundraising, manage volunteers, and navigate the logistics of caring for dozens of animals at once. There were days when the financial strain and emotional toll felt overwhelming, but her determination never wavered. One of the most touching moments came when Susan rescued a dog named Max, who had been severely neglected and abused. With patience and love, Max transformed from a frightened, withdrawn pup into a joyful, trusting companion. His adoption into a loving family became a symbol of the difference Susan's work was making. Another heartwarming story involved a senior dog named Bella who had been abandoned by her previous owners. Susan's rescue gave Bella a second chance, and she quickly became a favorite among the volunteers. Bella's story inspired many to consider adopting older dogs, proving that every animal deserves a chance at happiness. Susan's journey is a testament to how retirement can be a time of meaningful contribution. Through her dedication, she has not only saved countless lives but also inspired others to get involved in animal rescue. Her story reminds us that it's never too late to make a difference, one paw at a time. And now, let's move forward to another inspiring tale of reinvention and passion. Now, let's turn our attention to a story that beautifully illustrates how creativity can flourish in unexpected ways. Meet Anna, a retired architect who discovered a new calling as a ceramic artist. After decades of designing buildings and structures, Anna found herself drawn to a more tactile and intimate form of creation. Her architectural background played a significant role in shaping her artistic vision. Anna's keen eye for symmetry, balance, and functionality translated seamlessly into her ceramic work. She began by experimenting with clay, fascinated by its versatility and the way it allowed her to bring her ideas to life in 3 dimensions. The journey from architect to ceramic artist was not without its challenges. Anna had to master new techniques from wheel throwing to glazing, often spending hours perfecting her craft. She immersed herself in workshops and classes, eager to learn from seasoned artists and refine her skills. Over time, she developed a unique style that blended her architectural precision with an artistic sensibility. One of her most popular pieces, a set of intricately patterned bowls, became a signature of her work. Each bowl was designed not just to be visually stunning, but also to serve a practical purpose, reflecting her belief that art should be both beautiful and functional. Her creations quickly gained attention, and soon Anna was showcasing her work at local galleries and art fairs. Another highlight of her journey was a commissioned piece for a community center. Drawing on her architectural expertise, Anna designed a large-scale ceramic mural that captured the spirit of the neighborhood. The project was a labor of love, and its unveiling was met with widespread acclaim, solidifying her reputation as a talented artist. Anna's story is a reminder that retirement can be a time to explore new passions and reignite old ones. Her transition from architect to ceramic artist showcases the power of creativity and the joy of making something with your own hands. Through her work, Anna has not only found a new purpose but also inspired others to embrace the possibilities of reinvention. And next, we'll explore yet another remarkable story of passion and transformation. Now, let's step into a story that highlights the incredible power of transformation through movement and mindfulness. Meet Sarah, a former sales manager who traded boardrooms for yoga mats after retirement. For years, Sarah thrived in the fast-paced world of sales, but retirement left her searching for something that would bring both purpose and peace into her life. Yoga had always been a personal refuge for Sarah, a way to unwind and reconnect with herself. It wasn't long before she realized that her passion for yoga could become her second career. She decided to pursue certification, enrolling in a rigorous training program that tested both her physical and mental strength. The journey to becoming a certified yoga instructor was far from easy. Sarah had to master not only the physical postures but also the philosophy and anatomy behind the practice. She spent countless hours studying, practicing, and teaching under the guidance of experienced mentors. The process challenged her in ways she hadn't anticipated, but it also deepened her love for yoga. After earning her certification, Sarah faced the next big challenge, starting her own yoga studio. She poured her savings into creating a space that felt welcoming and serene. From selecting the perfect location to designing the interior, every detail was thoughtfully considered. The studio quickly became a community hub, attracting students of all ages and skill levels. Teaching yoga brought Sarah a profound sense of fulfillment. She loved watching her students grow in strength, flexibility, and mindfulness. Her classes became known for their warm, inclusive atmosphere, and Sarah herself became a source of inspiration for many. The physical benefits of yoga were undeniable, but it was the mental and emotional transformation that truly stood out. Sarah often shared how yoga had helped her find balance and clarity in her own life. For those interested in starting their yoga journey, Sarah offers this advice: begin with an open mind and be patient with yourself. Yoga is not about perfection, but about progress, both on and off the mat. She recommends starting with beginner-friendly classes and exploring different styles to find what resonates with you. Most importantly, she encourages everyone to embrace the practice as a lifelong journey of self-discovery. Sarah's story is a testament to the idea that it's never too late to pursue a passion. Her transition from sales manager to yoga instructor shows how reinvention can lead to both personal growth and a deeper connection to others. Through her studio and her teaching, Sarah has created a space where people can find peace, strength, and community. And next, we'll uncover another inspiring tale of reinvention that proves passion has no age limit. Now, let's take a moment to step into the wild and explore how one man's passion for photography transformed into a breathtaking second act. Meet James, a retired engineer who turned his lifelong hobby into a full-fledged career as a wildlife photographer. After decades of working with complex machinery and intricate designs, James found himself yearning for a creative outlet that would allow him to connect with nature on a deeper level. Photography had always been a side interest for James, something he dabbled in during vacations or weekend outings. But after retiring, he decided to take his hobby to the next level. With his engineering background, James brought a unique set of skills to his new pursuit. His ability to analyze light, angles, and focus gave him a head start in mastering the technical aspects of photography. He quickly immersed himself in learning about wildlife photography, studying animal behavior and perfecting his timing to capture those fleeting, magical moments in nature. The transition wasn't without its challenges. James had to adapt to the unpredictability of wildlife, often spending hours or even days waiting for the perfect shot. Patience became his greatest ally as he navigated the elements, from scorching heat to freezing temperatures, all in pursuit of that one breathtaking image. One of James's most stunning photographs features a bald eagle mid-flight, its wings spread wide against a backdrop of golden sunlight. He recalls the hours he spent tracking the eagle, learning its patterns, and positioning himself just right to capture the shot. Another favorite of his is a serene image of a fox family in a misty forest, a moment of quiet intimacy that he says reminded him of the beauty of life's simple moments. James's work has not only brought him personal joy but also recognition. His photographs have been featured in national magazines and exhibitions, earning praise for their artistry and emotional depth. He often shares the stories behind his images, using them to raise awareness about wildlife conservation and the need to protect these precious creatures and their habitats. For those inspired to explore wildlife photography, James offers practical advice. He suggests starting with local wildlife, where it's easier to observe and learn animal behavior. He also emphasizes the importance of respecting nature and maintaining a safe distance to avoid disturbing the animals. Above all, he encourages aspiring photographers to be patient and persistent, reminding them that the journey is as rewarding as the final image. James's story is a powerful reminder that retirement can be the perfect time to chase a passion and discover new talents. His journey from engineer to wildlife photographer shows how reinvention can lead to both personal fulfillment and a deeper appreciation for the world around us. And next, we'll dive into another remarkable tale of reinvention, where a love for craft beer led to an unexpected new chapter. Now, let's shift our focus to another inspiring story of reinvention, where academia meets artistry in an unexpected way. Meet Dr. Michael Thompson, a retired professor who traded his chalkboard for a brew kettle and opened a microbrewery. After a long and fulfilling career teaching history, Michael found himself eager to explore a new passion that combined his love for science with his creative spirit. Craft beer had always been a hobby for Michael, something he enjoyed experimenting with in his spare time. But after retiring, he decided to turn this passion into something more. He immersed himself in the art and science of brewing, studying techniques, attending workshops, and even collaborating with experienced brewers. His background in academia gave him a unique advantage. Michael approached brewing with the same curiosity and precision he once reserved for his lectures, meticulously refining his recipes and processes. Starting a microbrewery, however, was no small feat. Michael faced the challenges of any small business owner, from navigating permits and regulations to securing funding and equipment. There were moments of doubt, but his determination never wavered. He transformed an old warehouse into a cozy brewery, complete with a tasting room where customers could gather and enjoy his creations. One of Michael's signature brews is a rich, malty stout infused with locally roasted coffee, a tribute to his favorite morning ritual. Another standout is a crisp, citrusy IPA that quickly became a crowd favorite. He also experiments with seasonal flavors like a spiced pumpkin ale in the fall and a refreshing hibiscus-infused lager in the summer. Each brew tells a story reflecting Michael's creativity and his commitment to quality. But beyond the beer, Michael has built something equally valuable: a community. His brewery has become a gathering place for locals, a spot where people can unwind, share stories, and connect over a shared love of craft beer. Michael often hosts events, from live music nights to beer-making workshops, fostering a sense of camaraderie that extends far beyond the bar. For those considering a similar path, Michael offers practical advice. He emphasizes the importance of patience and persistence, noting that success doesn't happen overnight. He also encourages aspiring brewers to start small, perhaps by homebrewing or collaborating with others before taking the leap into a full-scale business. Above all, he reminds them to enjoy the journey, savoring each step of the process. Michael's story is a testament to the power of pursuing a passion, no matter where life takes you. His transition from professor to brewer shows that retirement can be the perfect time to explore new interests, build something meaningful, and create a legacy that brings joy to others. And next, we'll step into the workshop of a retired pilot who discovered a surprising second calling. Now, let's glide into the workshop of Captain David Reynolds, who traded the cockpit for a workbench in a remarkable second act. After decades of soaring through the skies as a commercial pilot, David found a new passion on the ground: woodworking. What began as a hobby to fill his free time soon blossomed into a full-fledged second career, allowing him to channel his precision and creativity in a completely different way. The transition from pilot to woodworker might seem unexpected, but for David, it felt like a natural progression. In the air, he had honed his attention to detail and problem-solving skills, both of which proved invaluable in his new craft. Woodworking, he discovered, offered a similar sense of focus and achievement, but with the added satisfaction of creating something tangible, something that could last for generations. David started small, crafting simple pieces like cutting boards and shelves, but as his skills grew, so did his ambition. He began taking on more complex projects, from elegant dining tables to intricate cabinetry. One of his most impressive creations is a handcrafted rocking chair, designed with the same meticulous care he once applied to pre-flight checklists. The chair, with its smooth curves and flawless finish, is a testament to his dedication and artistry. But woodworking is more than just a creative outlet for David. It's also a way to connect with others. He often shares his knowledge through workshops, teaching beginners the basics of the craft and inspiring them to try their hand at woodworking. For David, the joy comes not just from the finished product, but from the process itself. He loves the smell of freshly cut wood, the rhythm of sanding and shaping, and the quiet satisfaction of seeing a project come together piece by piece. David's journey offers valuable lessons for anyone considering a second career after retirement. He emphasizes the importance of patience and perseverance, noting that woodworking, like flying, requires practice and precision. He also encourages others to embrace the learning process, reminding them that every mistake is an opportunity to grow. Above all, he stresses the importance of finding something that brings joy and fulfillment, whether it's in the skies or on the workbench. David's story is a beautiful reminder that retirement can be the start of a new adventure, a chance to explore uncharted territory and discover hidden talents. His transition from pilot to woodworker shows that with passion and determination, the possibilities are endless. Coming up next, we'll tune into the story of a retired nurse who found her voice in an entirely new way. Now, let's turn our attention to the story of Martha Collins, a retired nurse who found a new way to care for others through the power of podcasts. After spending her career at the bedside, tending to patients in hospitals and clinics, Martha realized that her passion for health and wellness didn't have to end with her retirement. Instead, she discovered a unique platform to share her knowledge and inspire others: podcasting. Martha's motivation to start her podcast, Healthy Conversations, came from a desire to continue making a difference. She noticed that many people struggled to navigate the overwhelming amount of health information available online. She wanted to provide a reliable, accessible resource where listeners could learn practical tips, hear from experts, and feel empowered to take charge of their well-being. The journey from nurse to podcast host wasn't without its challenges. Martha had to learn the ins and outs of audio production, from choosing the right equipment to editing her episodes. She approached this new skill with the same determination she once brought to her nursing practice, dedicating hours to mastering the technical aspects. Over time, she developed a smooth, professional style that resonated with her audience. One of the hallmarks of Martha's podcast is the diversity of guests she invites to share their expertise. From nutritionists to fitness coaches, mental health professionals to holistic healers, her show covers a wide range of topics. Some of her most popular episodes include deep dives into managing stress, the science of sleep, and the benefits of mindfulness. Listeners often praise her ability to break down complex topics into simple, actionable advice. But the impact of Martha's podcast goes beyond just providing information. She's created a supportive community where listeners feel heard and understood. Many have shared stories of how her episodes have motivated them to make positive changes in their lives, from improving their diets to prioritizing self-care. For Martha, this connection with her audience is the most rewarding part of her new career. Martha's story is a testament to the power of reinvention. She's shown that retirement doesn't mean stepping away from your passions. It's an opportunity to explore them in new and meaningful ways. Through her podcast, she continues to touch lives, proving that even without a stethoscope, she can still make a difference. Up next, we'll explore the journey of a retired banker who discovered a love for transforming outdoor spaces. Turning the page to another inspiring story, we meet Claire Harper, a retired banker who traded spreadsheets for soil and balance sheets for bloom sheets. After decades in the high-pressure world of finance, Claire found herself drawn to the tranquility of her garden. What started as a hobby soon blossomed into a new passion that would reshape her post-retirement life. Claire's love for gardening began during her weekends off, when she would spend hours tending to her backyard. She found that digging in the dirt and nurturing plants provided a sense of calm and fulfillment that her corporate career never offered. As her garden flourished, so did her desire to learn more about the art of landscape design. She enrolled in courses, studied design principles, and even traveled to visit some of the world's most renowned gardens for inspiration. The transition from banker to landscape designer wasn't without its challenges. Claire had to master new skills, from understanding plant biology to mastering design software. But her analytical mind and attention to detail, honed during her years in finance, proved to be invaluable assets in her new career. She quickly developed a unique style that combined structured elegance with natural beauty, creating spaces that felt both harmonious and intentional. One of Claire's signature designs is a serene courtyard that transforms a small urban backyard into a lush retreat. Using a mix of native plants, water features, and carefully placed lighting, she crafted an outdoor space that feels like an escape from the city's hustle and bustle. Another standout project is a sprawling garden that blends vibrant flower beds with winding gravel paths, encouraging visitors to explore and connect with nature. For Claire, the joy of landscape design lies not just in the creative process but in seeing her clients' reactions. She recalls one client who burst into tears upon seeing their transformed backyard, overwhelmed by the beauty and peace it brought to their home. Moments like these remind Claire why she chose this path and reinforce her belief in the power of outdoor spaces to enhance lives. Claire's story is a beautiful reminder that retirement can be a time to rediscover old passions or uncover new ones. Through her work, she's found a way to combine her love for beauty and nature with her knack for problem solving, creating spaces that inspire and rejuvenate. Up next, we'll follow the journey of a retired teacher who turned her love for history into a thriving career as a tour guide. Shifting our focus, let's step into the fascinating world of Margaret Thompson, a retired teacher who found her second calling as a tour guide in her beloved hometown. Margaret spent over 30 years in the classroom, inspiring students with her passion for history and storytelling. But when retirement came, she realized her love for teaching and history was far from over. Instead, she found a way to combine these passions in a new and exciting way by guiding others through the rich history of her city. Margaret's journey began with a simple realization. She had always enjoyed sharing stories about her town's history with friends and family, and they often encouraged her to turn this passion into something more. Intrigued by the idea, she started researching local landmarks, diving deep into archives, and even interviewing long-time residents to uncover lesser-known stories. This process reignited her curiosity and gave her a renewed sense of purpose. Transitioning from teaching to tour guiding wasn't without its challenges. Margaret had to learn how to engage a diverse audience, from history buffs to casual tourists. She also had to master the art of storytelling in a way that was both informative and entertaining. But her years of teaching proved invaluable, as she already knew how to captivate an audience and make complex ideas easy to understand. One of Margaret's most popular tours focuses on the historic downtown area, where she takes visitors through centuries-old buildings and shares tales of the people who once lived and worked there. Her favorite stop is a modest brick building that once housed a print shop, where a local newspaper played a pivotal role in the fight for civil rights. As she tells the story, you can almost hear the clatter of the old printing presses and feel the determination of those who worked there. Another highlight of her tours is the exploration of the city's waterfront, where Margaret recounts the bustling days of trade and industry that shaped the town's identity. She weaves in personal anecdotes like the time her great-grandfather worked on the docks, bringing a sense of intimacy and connection to the past. Her ability to blend historical facts with personal touches makes her tours truly unforgettable. For Margaret, the joy of being a tour guide comes from seeing her visitors' faces light up as they connect with the stories she tells. She recalls one particularly moving moment when a young couple told her that her tour had inspired them to learn more about their own hometown's history. It's moments like these that remind Margaret why she chose this path and reinforce her belief in the power of stories to bring history to life. Margaret's story is a testament to the idea that retirement doesn't mean slowing down. It's an opportunity to explore new passions and continue making an impact. Through her work as a tour guide, she's found a way to share her love of history while creating meaningful connections with people from all walks of life. Coming up next, we'll follow the journey of a retired information technology specialist who turned his fascination with photography into a globe-trotting career as a travel photographer. Now, let's embark on the captivating journey of Robert Carter, a retired information technology specialist who turned his lifelong fascination with photography into a globe-trotting second career. Robert spent decades working with complex systems and troubleshooting technical challenges, but when retirement came, he knew his love for capturing moments through a camera lens was only just beginning. Robert's transition into travel photography began with a decision to merge his technical expertise with his creative passion. He had always dabbled in photography as a hobby, using his vacations to experiment with composition and lighting. But after retiring, he decided to take it seriously. He enrolled in online courses, studied the works of renowned photographers, and spent countless hours practicing in his own backyard. His background in information technology gave him a unique edge. He quickly mastered the technical aspects of photography, from understanding camera settings to editing software. One of Robert's first major projects was a solo trip across Southeast Asia, where he immersed himself in the vibrant cultures and landscapes of the region. From the bustling streets of Hanoi to the serene temples of Luang Prabang, he captured it all, each photograph telling a story of adventure and discovery. His favorite image from that trip is a breathtaking shot of sunrise over Angkor Wat, where he waited for hours to capture the perfect moment when the first rays of light illuminated the ancient temple. Robert's approach to photography is deeply rooted in patience and curiosity. He often spends days in one location, waiting for the right conditions to capture the perfect shot. His technical skills allow him to experiment with different techniques, such as long exposure and HDR imaging, creating images that are not only beautiful but also technically impressive. One of his most memorable photographs is a long exposure shot of the Northern Lights in Iceland, where the sky dances with vivid colors over a frozen landscape. But Robert's journey hasn't been without its challenges. Travel photography requires not only creativity but also resilience. He's faced extreme weather conditions, navigated unfamiliar terrains, and even dealt with equipment failures in remote locations. Yet, these challenges have only deepened his appreciation for the craft. He recalls one particularly grueling hike in Patagonia, where he trekked for hours in the rain to capture a stunning view of the Torres del Paine Mountains. The moment he saw the final image, he knew the effort was worth it. Robert's photographs have gained recognition in both local and international exhibitions, and he's even published a book showcasing his travels. His work has inspired many to see the world through a different lens, proving that it's never too late to pursue a passion. For Robert, travel photography isn't just about capturing beautiful images, it's about sharing the stories of the places he visits and the people he meets along the way. Robert's story reminds us that retirement can be the perfect time to reinvent yourself and explore new horizons. Through his lens, he's not only capturing the beauty of the world, but also creating a legacy of inspiration for others to follow. What an incredible journey we've taken through these 15 inspiring stories of retirees who found new careers. From corporate executives becoming artisan bakers to teachers transforming into travel bloggers, these stories all share a common thread: the courage to step into the unknown and the determination to pursue a passion. Each of these individuals embraced retirement not as an end but as a beginning, a chance to reinvent themselves, rediscover purpose, and find fulfillment in ways they never imagined. These stories remind us that it's never too late to start something new. Whether it's turning a hobby into a career, exploring a lifelong dream, or simply finding a new way to make a difference, the possibilities are endless. Retirement can be a time of exploration, creativity, and growth, and these individuals prove that age is no barrier to achieving something extraordinary. So, what about you? Have you ever thought about what your next chapter might look like? What passion or dream have you tucked away, waiting for the right moment to pursue? Take inspiration from these stories and consider what might be possible for your own post-retirement life. We'd love to hear from you. Share your own stories or dreams in the comments below. What's something you've always wanted to do? And if you found these stories as inspiring as we did, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on more uplifting content. Remember, your next chapter is just waiting to be written. Let's make it a good one.